Hi guys, this is SDJRSNF88 speaking with another Garden Railway update. Now as you can see, a lot has changed since the previous quite short update, so without further ado, let's have a closer look and see what has changed. Now of course, one of the biggest changes since the previous update is the bridge itself. Now as you saw in the last update, I temporarily had a plank laid across the pond, which was an old scaffolding plank. Well, believe it or not, what you are looking at is precisely the same plank. Now, when I mentioned my Gramp, who took on the task to build the bridge, said he was going to build a bridge, he meant he was going to build a bridge, and what a beautiful design it is. Naturally, it's based on a suspension bridge, being from the West Country, one of the iconic landmarks in the West Country is of course Clifton Suspension Bridge, and various other sort of suspension bridge designs which were designed by Brunel sort of went into this design, but it really does look the part. Now it's made from recycled materials. Obviously the scaffolding plank is the main deck. We've also got these towers here that are made from oak offcuts. As we go along the deck there, you can see we got these little metal poles there. Now those were bought from a garden centre. I believe they were £1.50 each for I think it was about 1.5 metres length, and I think two or three, well a couple of them went into building this. I think it came to no more than about 5 there. We have, as you can see, there are 4 going horizontally across the deck, and there are a number of them have been cut up and I've used to go up to the chains there, which are made, which basically standard plastic chains you get from garden centres. Those were lying around in the garden. As you can see, they are blended into the wood there. They're sort of carved into the wood, and then they are simply just attached onto the top of the poles there, screwed on with some screws tapped down through the tubes, and it really does look the part. Now it's been painted, the deck's black and the towers are grey. Hopefully they'll weather in a bit once the, with being outside and all, but it really does look the part. So as we come around here, we come on to the next part, which has changed since the last update, which is the embankment. Now the embankment is built out of this rockery. Now we've got lots of lovely natural stones that have been sort of lying around and been dug up over the years from the garden itself. These have been buried around. Some of them actually were buried in this area. Now, once recovered, they've been sort of cleaned off a bit, and the ones that got like sort of natural sort of moss on them have been kept. As you can see, there's one just there with all the natural moss on it, which looks very nice. Now, in between has been laid is a lot of sort of just odds, bits of crushed up stone and stuff like that. Now, because being family being in the builders trade, there's plenty of odd bits of stone lined and crushed up builder's waste lying around, so it's sort of been put in between there. That should sort of help with the drainage in between the stones. Also, it's been used to hold these wooden stakes in. Now these wooden stakes are supporting the track. The track is only there temporarily, but each where the stakes are to, there is a pinhole in the track, and basically those will be the track will be pinned into those. They're all perfectly level, and it'll keep the, it just keeps the track in place really. Then it's going to be filled in with more sort of crushed up stone and stuff like that, soil, and it's going to have a polythene sheet put in it, and then on top of that it's going to be lots of lovely fine sort of gravel, especially like nice mixed gravel to aid drainage. And then on top of that, around the actual track bed itself, there's going to be some nice sort of scale stones which will give the effect of ballast, and that will all be used around the whole of the track. But you can see the stones are really nice. I've got them around here. I'll pause the camera a minute and show it from the side. But it's really a dramatic change, from what it previously looked like, as there is quite a height difference from the bottom of the garden, you can see down to the left, to the actual where the deck of the bridge is, and it was a couple of inches higher than we originally thought. But it's been really well pulled off, and it looks really amazing. I can't wait until we actually fill it in and get the ballast in there as well. So I'm just going to pause the camera here and look from the side a moment and show you what the rocks look like from a different angle. Here we are looking at the embankment from another angle, and it really does look quite natural. Now you can see to the left, if I put my hand in shot there, you can see there's lots of loose soil which has been packed into the rocks there. All the rocks are natural. They haven't been sort of like cut to shape or anything. They're all as they are found, so it gives it a nice sort of natural feel. But you can see we packed it with soil, and in the soil will be planted various shrubs and other little things to sort of give a natural sort of rockery effect. And it really will sort of give it a sort of a nice bit of a natural colour there. If I slowly turn around, you can see the wooden stakes there again, and the track comes perfectly straight off the suspension bridge there. Now, if I zoom in, I wonder if I get this. There we go. You can see we started cutting out the other side of the bridge. Now, that, as you can see, there's a bit of a cutting there. There's going to be a bit of a cutting there. Now, it hasn't been properly levelled out yet, but we've removed more of the plant life that's there and various little rocks and stuff. But it's ready almost for the sort of the side bits to be put in, and then the sort of level it out so we get the right height for the cutting. But if I zoom out again, back to where we were to, and we come on round the front of the flower bed, the embankment there, we come onto another bridge. Now, this bridge is a massive development on the last update. As originally on the plans and mentioned in the last update, the embankment was going to continue all the way around. But when we started laying the track and the bridge and whatnot, we realised that the embankment was going to be way too high for the front of the pond. It's all right there, as you in the previous shot, because the rocks at the back sort of will hold everything in. But around the front, it's just too thin to put any rocks down the back and stop the soil and track from sliding into the pond. So my grandpa again came up with another idea and said, how about building another bridge? So this is what he came up with. Again, it's another old scaffolding plank, similar design except without the suspension bridge effect. You can see he's also used the metal rods, as previously on the suspension bridge as well, to create sort of a railing effect. Now, in doing this, one, this has saved a lot of time and effort building the embankment, but also it gives more room for plants to be planted. As you can see, we've managed to keep the majority of the plants that were there, and they were the ones that we didn't really want to pull out. So hopefully that nice little bush there you can see, which is closest to us, that will hopefully grow up and around the bridge, giving it sort of blending it in and making it sort of more natural, giving it a more sort of natural feel. Now the legs will be sort of dug in. They are dug in, well, they're dug in there at the moment, but they're going to be sort of covered up and leveled out, and the rocks that you saw in, again, looking at the embankment around, will continue all the way around to that tower, that pillar, so it will all be blended in, give the effect the embankment sort of goes into the towers and the towers be covered up. But it gives it a really sort of nice feel to the front, and it also crosses the edge of the pond again, and it gives it a nice sort of nice sweeping curve. Now, as you can see, the track has all temporarily been laid on the top, and it basically gives the angle to the corner. You can just about see the corner just out of shot there. That gives us a perfect straight line back into where it'd be cut into a cutting, which is the bushes that have not yet been touched as of yet. And that will go into the curve and back into the passing loop, which will then join back onto the cutting, as seen in the previous, well, a couple of seconds ago. So, all in all, a lot has changed, but there's still a long way to go. So I hope you enjoyed this update. Again, when we get some more lovely weather like we've just had today, well, when I've been filming this, of course, more work will be done, but that's all for now. Hopefully in the next update, we will have the embankment fully complete, in theory, and filled in. And also, we may even start laying the track, because I'm really looking forward to getting the track all down, all the ballast and other things, and start adding the plants as well. So, anyway, that's all for now, and this has been SDJR Son F88 speaking, and thanks for watching.